Hello everyone, I'm Derek. Welcome to There Will Be Cars. This is the all-new 2022 Hyundai Ioniq 5 EV. Pricing for the Ioniq 5 starts in the low 40s. The top of the line trim level, the Limited, has a starting price of $51,000. My Limited tester here has dual motors and all-wheel drive, giving it an as-tested price of $55,920. Before I got the keys to this, I'd read some of the reviews online, and it seemed like every one of them praised the design of this. And now that it's in front of me, and now that I've spent some time with it, I totally get it. I really like the looks of this car. On one hand, it seems very modern, but on the other hand, especially when you look at the front and rear ends, it looks very futuristic. Let's take a look at the front end. I keep joking that this looks like it should be in a RoboCop movie or something. Depending on the angle I look at this from, it can look either minimalist, because it does have a lot of straight lines, or it can look over-styled. But I feel like this color blue hides some of the potential excesses. But if you look at certain areas up close, you'll notice a lot of detail. So, for instance, this wheel arch trim. You've got the cuts in it, the elevation changes, and then of course these wheels. You know, there's a lot going on there. It makes sense that Hyundai chose these for the top of the line Ioniq 5 trim level, because really these remind me of wheels you can get on a Genesis model. And then you have these sort of strakes on the lower body. Even the door handles are kind of maximized minimalism, because they're flush against the body, but then when you get close to them, they swing out. They've got that flex to them. And the pixel-inspired tail lights kind of reminds me of a nightclub dance floor. And this part right here looks like it came off of a helmet in a movie about a dystopian future. Just in case you're wondering, this is what the headlights look like when they're on. Let's check out the taillights. There we go. Now you can see the pixel inspiration in the design. Okay, now that I've nerded out enough over the exterior, let's get into the standard features on the Limited all-wheel drive model. There is a front trunk, but it's a little smaller on the inside than I thought it would be. Just lift it up. And as you can see, there's two levels of space, but it is on the smaller side. The most potent version of the Ioniq 5 uses a 74 kilowatt electric motor, a 165 kilowatt electric motor, and a 77.4 kilowatt hour lithium-ion polymer battery. All of that is connected to HTRAC all-wheel drive and a single-speed reduction gear transmission. According to the EPA, my tester here can cover 256 miles on a full charge and is good for 87 mpge on the highway, 110 in the city, and 98 combined. The Limited model gets these cool 20-inch wheels as standard, along with LED front and rear lighting. Heated power folding side mirrors with LED turn signal indicators. This massive rear spoiler and more on the outside. Now let's take a look at the standard features on the inside. The seats are covered in leatherette. The front seats are nicely padded, and they remind me of the zero-gravity seats you get in the Nissan Altima. As a bonus, they're also heated and ventilated. I love the way they integrated the ambient lighting on the doors. You also get two-person memory for the driver's seat and a Bose audio system. The steering wheel is very interesting too. This is not a sports car, but it has these very pronounced thumb bumps and then a flat bottom. Then there's the fact that they didn't even put a Hyundai logo in the middle of the steering wheel. It's just these four squares. This is a seemingly sporty touch about the steering wheel. So these look like paddle shifters, but since this is a one-speed gearbox, these actually control the level of regenerative braking. So you can go from no regenerative braking to full one-pedal driving using these paddles. And this is a really cool touch too. You just push this button and you can adjust the drive mode. So you got Eco, Normal, and Sport, and they all change the graphics. And I have to show you all this funky shifter. This is like a cross between the column shifter you get in certain Mercedes vehicles and the rotary dial that you get in certain Stellantis products like the Ram 1500. So it's fixed in place, but if you want to shift into reverse, you turn it down. If you want to shift to drive, you twist it up, and then you press this button to park it. There's a pair of 12.3-inch screens for the main gauges and the infotainment system. Of course, you can use this main screen to get your EV info. So as you can see, if you go light on the climate controls, you can get more range out of this. Above the main gauges, there's a head-up display. There's more metallic touches for the controls here in the middle. Then you've got the HVAC controls right here. It's getting dark out, but I did want to show you. You've got a couple of charging options up there, little storage cubby, a couple of cup holders, obviously. You've got more charging options, including a wireless phone charger, and then a tray right there, and then this center console lid. Here's another cool feature about the storage options inside. You can actually slide the center console forward and back. Then up top, you've got a massive fixed moonroof with a retractable shade. The back seat's got some perks of its own, one of which is a healthy amount of leg room. I'm 5'10", and as you can see, I've got plenty of room for my knees. The back seat adjusts in a couple of major ways. You can move it forward and backward by lifting up on that handle. And then you can also recline the seat back or fold it completely flat. If you want to or you need to share the Ioniq 5's power, you can use the V2L or vehicle to load feature. It's located under the rear seat and it's good for 120 volts or 1.9 kilowatts. There's a couple of ways to stay cool. So there's vents mounted on the B pillars and these manual retractable sunshades. There's also another storage cubby with a couple of charging options back here. Fortunately, there's quite a bit of space behind the second row of seats. If you lift this up, you've got a tire mobility kit and then your emergency at-home charger. All right, day one in the Ioniq 5. They dropped it off with 90% charge, which gives me a projected range of 242 miles, starting at 3,278 miles on the odometer. So I just got home, almost 47 miles, down from 90 to 72%. In all fairness, I think a major contributor to that difference is the fact that I did 80 miles an hour for a good portion of the way home. Okay, everyone, wish me luck. I'm about to go charge the Ioniq 5 up. I'm gonna try my luck at this Electrify America station. The credit card terminal seems to be working on this, so let's give it a shot. As you can see, this has got a CCS plug and it's good for up to 150 kilowatts. I hit this to open the hatch. Got my plug right here. Open this port. All right, you can tell pretty low there on juice. It's connecting to the vehicle. All right, so I'll just use my credit card, save some time. So 43 cents per kilowatt hour. Cool, so we got all the numbers in front of us here. I'm at 38% charge. All right, so I'm doing more than what's labeled right here. According to this, doing 174 kilowatts, so that'll help. So I'll hit 80% in 12 minutes. All right. Got another readout right there. It's over 100 degrees right now, so I have the climate controls on, which obviously is going to extend my charging time, but I also don't want to melt. I'm at 75%, been going at it for 11 minutes, $12 and change. 32.7, let's say, kilowatt hours. 2 minutes left until 80%. And still doing over the 150 kilowatt rating down there. So it's at 81% right now. I guess it's just gonna keep going. So yeah, let's see how long that takes. And as you can see, now that it's hit the 80% mark, it's really throttled back, but I'm just gonna keep riding it out till 100%. As of right now, it's showing me that with 84% charge, I can cover almost 200 miles. Almost done here. Almost topped off. Let's see. So been here 35 minutes, almost $23 in. Just about to finish up here, down to 20 kilowatts. There's the final score, folks. All right, 54 kilowatt hours, 100%. Took 36 minutes from somewhere in the 30% range to get it to 100%. Billed at 43 cents per kilowatt hour. Obviously, it probably would have been cheaper if I was a member, but just for the sake of time, I decided to just swipe my card and get going. Back in the car, ready to head home. So at 99% right now. Put 116 miles on the car before I parked it here to charge it up. Showing me I was getting 3 miles per kilowatt hour exactly. My projected range right now is 226 miles. Driving the Ioniq 5 is a very pleasant experience. It's quiet, the ride quality is nice, the seats are cushy and comfortable, and then this light leatherette on the inside just makes it feel brighter and cheerier. Commuting in this is a little easier because I have the auto brake hold feature there. So if I come to a stop sign or a stoplight, I press the brake, it holds it for me. I don't have to keep my foot on the brake, and then when it's time to go, I just press the accelerator. I have this 12.3-inch widescreen for the main instruments in front of me, but I don't even have to look down at those because I have the head-up display. You're probably wondering about the power, so let's see. Yeah, pretty zippy. All right, here we go. A low speed roll. Oh yeah, you feel the shove. Yeah, that's pretty stout. It's not scary, but you know, it is pronounced. Even in sport mode, it still feels a little floaty. Not a performance vehicle, but it is comfortable no matter what mode you have it in. Well everyone, thanks for watching my review of the 2022 Hyundai Ioniq 5 Limited all-wheel drive. If you liked what you saw, please go ahead and click the like button. If you're not a subscriber to There Will Be Cars already, please go ahead and become one by clicking the subscribe button. I got a lot of cool stuff coming your way, and I hope you're here to see it. Thanks for watching.